Seth Stokes, 106.3 WORD News here at the Strip Club 104 in beautiful downtown Greer. I am sitting with the owner, Jason Clark. He's been kind enough to sit down with me to tell me a little history of the restaurant, what it's like doing business in Greer. As y'all know, May is Small Business Month on 106.3 WORD, where we've taken each weekday a different small business in the Upstate and highlighted them and highlighted just doing business as a small business owner in the area. Jason, thank you so much for taking some time to speak with me about Strip Club 104, and it's kind of a big deal here in this town of Greer.
It is.
And so just, if you want to give me a brief history, how did this particular restaurant come to be?
I told my wife I wanted to open a steakhouse called the Strip Club, and she thought I was nuts. A week later, I'd built the website and the idea, but we hadn't really found a building yet. So over time, this beautiful building used to be called Gerard's, and over time we found an interest with the owners, and we were able to purchase the building. And now we have the Strip Club 104.
For you, you said you came here from Washington for BMW.
That's correct.
So how did you get into the restaurant game?
It was food service with BMW. So I didn't make cars. I fed them all. I worked for law firms in DC. I've been doing this since I was 13, so I'm going on 30 plus years in the business. I don't really know anything else but cooking. So I wasn't planning on opening a restaurant. A group of friends of mine got me into looking at Greer. We looked at Greenville, we looked at Spartanburg, and these particular people, Brian Martin, my current attorney, is a predominant small business owner also in Greer. And we found a love affair for this little town.
You've been in Greer for a few years now. What changes have you seen as far as being able to do business in this area?
I've seen businesses come and go. I've seen restaurants and other businesses open and close their doors, but I've seen a lot of small business owners that have been here and stayed here. They have a love for this town.
Now, when you were coming up with the idea for the strip club, you want it to be a steakhouse. New York strip is a type of steak, it's a cut of steak, but you walk around the decor, it's very upscale, but then you have like paintings of the pit-up girls on the wall and stuff like that. Does that kind of play into kind of the strip club name, a little double entendre there?
We wanted to have the pit-up girls, but we didn't want the nudity. I mean, there's 5 restaurants, steakhouses called the Strip Club in the United States. All of them are a little bit different. Most of them are adult-friendly. We wanted something that was going to still play along with the theme of strip club with steak. People thought that people would be very offended by that in the community, but they were not.
Y'all are mostly open in the evening times for dinner, but on Fridays you do something a little different with the burgers. You're open for lunchtime. Where did that idea come from?
That started at Bin 112. I didn't think it would be a mecca as it is, but it is turned into one of those Friday going out for an event lunch for people. The line is out the door, 70 deep, before we ever open the door. And it's impressive to watch. It's very overwhelming to do lunch, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, but the burgers, I said, if we're going to do something for lunch, we're going to do one thing, and we're going to do one thing great. And we do one thing great, the burgers. When
people are looking at Greer and the Upstate in general to open a small business, what kind of advice would you give them?
Be patient. Look, do your due diligence, and definitely listen to other people's opinions. Doesn't mean that they're always right. Talk to people, get to know everybody, and get to know what your obstacles are going to be, because there's going to be some obstacles. And it doesn't matter if you're in Greenville, Spartanburg, Fountain Inn, Greer, wherever you're at, there's going to be obstacles. And those obstacles sometimes are not so evident. So ask a lot of questions, and don't be afraid to ask the people that have been in business. I did the same thing.
Jason, once again, thank you so much for taking some time to talk with me about your business, about being a business owner in Greer and in the Upstate, and continued success.
Thank you.